Can a $3 backpacking pillow beat a $55 premium one? I slept on both. Same trip, same tent to find out. I tested 4 popular backpacking pillows from a $3 FlexAir to a $55 Sea Summit to see which one actually gives the best night's sleep. 2 nights, same camp, same sleep pad. I swapped pillows halfway through the night so I could feel the real differences immediately instead of just focusing on specs. And if you want to check out any of these pillows as we go, I've linked all 4 of them down in the description. And by the end, one of the budget pillows surprised me completely, and one so-called premium pillow, well, kind of let me down. So let's start with the lightest and cheapest pillow on the market. All right, guys, night one, we got the FlexAir pillow here, the $3 half an ounce pillow. You take a straw and slide it into this little plastic section here, and then we're gonna blow it up. It just self-seals, and you've got a little pillow here. First impressions, it feels decently soft for a $3 pillow. It's very firm. Unlike other pillows that have a valve system, anytime you need to inflate or deflate it, you have to use the straw. I'm gonna deflate this a little bit, see if I can make it a little bit softer. Now we've got a little bit more of a flex to it. This is comfortable. This is a legit pillow. It's got just enough softness to it. I like it. Kind of the size of most standard backpacking pillows. For half an ounce, like, I am really impressed with this thing. We're gonna go to sleep tonight using this pillow. I'm gonna wake up about 3:30 in the morning, and we're gonna switch over to the Trekology ultralight pillow to see how they compare. These are kind of the 2 budget versions, and I will report back in the middle of the night. Good night. It is exactly 3:31 a.m. I've actually been sleeping very well. I let out a little more air. It does slide around a little bit. Overall, it's been very nice. I feel like I have a pillow. I slept relatively well, and it works. Little annoying to have to get out the straw every time I want to deflate it. A little more hands-on, but for $3 and for the weight, I love this pillow. I like it a lot. So if you've watched my channel before, you know that I actually use the FlexAir as my main pillow now. It's absurdly light, and in my experience, it's held up way better than it has any right to for $3. But yeah, it still feels a little bit like sleeping on paper, and messing with the straw in the middle of the night, not ideal. But for $3, it punches way above its weight. So next up, the Trekology ultralight pillow. It's 5 times the price of the FlexAir, but at $20, it's still technically budget gear. Now the question is, does spending a bit more actually change how well you sleep, or just how nice the pillow looks? All right, guys, here we got the Trekology. It's a bit bigger, has a single valve on it. There's a push button. If you push it in, you can inflate it and no air will come out. When you want to deflate it, release the button, and then the air comes out. One feature I really like is this sleep pad attachment. You can slide this onto your sleep pad. It should keep the pillow in place. First impressions, it's a little softer, but not by much. It still has that kind of rubbery sensation to it, but a little bit of softness. On the back, there's these little rivets all over to prevent the pillow from slipping around as much. Combined with the strap, I imagine this pillow is going to stay in place pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and try strapping this onto my pad. All right, so we've got the pillow strapped. Let's get our first impressions here. It's more comfortable than the FlexLight for sure. Got a little bit of this indentation where your head lays, more springy and soft. It definitely feels more like a legit pillow. I'm going to deflate the pillow a little bit, see how it feels when it's a bit more squishy. I can just click the little button and it starts to deflate. Click it again, it stops. Very easy. Now that I deflated it, it's comfortable, it's squishy. I like this pillow. I think the test for tonight is going to be, how do I like the strap? Does it keep the pillow in place? Is that a benefit? Is that a hindrance? I am going to sleep on this thing until morning, and in the morning, I'll give you guys my impressions. So, good night. Well, good morning, guys. We slept through the night on the Trekology ultralight pillow. I ended up taking the strap off pretty quickly. I do really like to kind of move my pillow around. Having it strapped into place was pretty limiting, but it's nice to know that you do have that option. I didn't really wake up at all during the night. I found it to be very comfortable. It's just soft enough. I do like the single valve that allows me to deflate a little bit of air. For the weight and the price, I was pretty impressed with
with the Trekology.
So after using the Trekology, I discovered it wasn't just the price or the weight that made this pillow attractive. The little design details actually made it feel more like a premium pillow. The valve system, the contour, and the option to strap it to your sleep pad, that stuff actually impacts how usable a pillow feels on trail. So for night 2, I wanted to go all in on comfort and see what happens when you kind of stop caring about the weight. The Wise Owl Snoozy is basically a full-on foam pillow, and it weighs more than all the others combined. But it's the first one that actually feels like something you'd use on your bed at home. Now the question is, does that kind of comfort really make a difference out here, or is it just overkill?
All right, guys, night number 2, ready to test 2 more pillows. Next up, the Wise Owl foam pillow. This is called the Snoozy, and this is like a real pillow. It's got a nice soft surface. It's very thick, it's squishy, and yeah, this is very comfortable, just like having a pillow like I do at home. Obviously, you can't adjust the thickness of this pillow. If I wanted to kind of tilt my head up, I'd have to either put something underneath it, maybe some clothes, or put it in half like this. That might work. Not quite as comfortable. I'm gonna sleep on this thing, and then I'm gonna swap this out for the Summit Aeros premium pillow and see if it's really premium. I will hopefully wake up with my alarm at 3:30 in the morning. Good night. 3:30 in the morning again, and this pillow held up super well. It was so comfortable. This pillow feels exactly like a regular pillow. It is actually the perfect thickness, the perfect softness for sleeping. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that it does unzip. You can unzip the cover and machine wash it. On a backpacking trip, you're probably gonna get these pillows a little dirty, so the ability to machine wash the cover is a nice touch. I definitely got a good night's sleep so far. I'm a little sad I have to let it go, but we're gonna get rid of it. And we're bringing in the Summit Aeros Premium Ultralight Pillow.
So the Wise Owl was immediately in a different league. Heavy, bulky, but man, it felt like a real pillow. And switching over to our last pillow, the Summit Aeros, right after that almost feels kind of unfair. So this one's supposed to be premium. Same inflatable concept as the Trekology, but with softer fabric and a refined valve. So let's see if premium actually means anything when you're ready to sleep on trail.
Very similar to the Trekology from last night. It has a very soft, cushiony, kind of quilted surface on the back. This has a little bit of a different valve system than the Trekology. This actually has 2 valves. The first one, you can inflate the pillow, no air will come out. Open the second one, and then it's just a straight hole into the pillow. So I'm just gonna blow it back up here, and we'll go ahead and give it a little testaroni here. It's comfortable. Kind of sucks that I'm testing this straight coming from the Wise Owl foam pillow, because nothing's gonna feel as good as that one did. This is probably a close second. It is a little bit harder to make micro adjustments when you're deflating this one. You basically have to open the valve to a full hole, let the air out, and then quickly close it again, which is a little unfortunate because I like to deflate my pillows a little bit at a time when I'm sleeping until I get it just right. Now, this does not have a strap or anything like the Trekology did. My first instincts are, I don't know if I like this more than the Trekology. The Trekology has a little more like substance to it. It's a little bigger, and it's kind of got this dip in the middle where your head goes down that feels really nice, but it is softer. I will say that. I am going to finish out the rest of the night, and I'll check in the morning. Good night, guys. Had a wonderful night in the tent. I was able to sleep through the night very comfortably. Enjoyed the kind of soft quilt material. My biggest complaint with the Aeros, I guess, would just be the size, is that it's a little bit smaller than some of the other pillows. I did purchase the smallest size. If you want to go bigger, then it's going to be heavier.
All right, so after 2 nights and 4 pillows, here's where I landed. The FlexAir, ridiculously light, ridiculously cheap, and honestly, not terrible. It's perfect as a backup, or for someone who wants to go ultralight but still bring a pillow. And I actually use it on a lot of my trips. The Trekology, I'd say best overall value. Super functional, good comfort, convenient valve system, and light enough for longer trips. The Wise Owl Snoozy, by far the most comfortable, but it's bulky, it's heavy-ish, and it doesn't pack down very small. I'd only bring it if you really care about sleep quality on the trail, which, to be fair, is a pretty big deal for a lot of people. And the Summit Aeros premium pillow. Soft fabric, solid build, but for a pillow that costs almost triple the price of the Trekology, I kind of expected it to be a bit more comfortable. For me, it'd probably only be worth it if it ended up proving to be way more durable. And by the way, that's the one thing we didn't really test on this trip, long-term durability. These have all been basically first impressions, not like season-long reviews, so durability remains a bit of a wild card for all of them. But if you want to dig into current reviews or see how other people's pillows are holding up, I've got each pillow linked below. So if I had to choose just one, probably the Trekology. It basically hit all the right spots and really impressed me with its comfort for the price. And even though I've been using the FlexAir more recently on my trips in order to save weight, if I'm bringing an actual backpacking pillow, the Trekology is probably my pick. Now, the only caveat is if it's a shorter trip and if I don't mind a little extra weight, the Snoozy is pretty dang tempting. So yeah, 4 pillows, 1 trip. It's pretty wild how much difference just that one piece of gear can make in your sleep quality. And if this kind of side-by-side testing helps you figure out what's actually worth bringing, make sure to hit subscribe. I've got more real-world gear tests coming soon. And if you've used one of these 4 pillows, let us know your own experience down in the comments. And if you want to see what other small upgrades can level up your sleep comfort out there, check out this next video on 5 sleep comfort upgrades that'll help you dial in your whole sleep system. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you out there.